Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co-host, Terri Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium.
Thank you. And hello, everyone. So happy to be here with you all today.
And welcome to Psychic Triad. Today is Psychic Triad Friday. Happy Friday to everybody. And I wanted to let you know that Terri Suzuki will be joining us again in a few weeks, and she'll be back, but we will be the psychic duo for today.
We miss her dearly.
We all do. We all do. She's
Yeah.
probably watching. I also wanted to just say to everybody out there, thank you very much for coming. I see Brandon is out there. Hi, Brandon and Lacey and Wiki. Hi, Wiki. Thanks for coming back. Diane G and Craig Dixon. So nice to see everybody. Thank you all for coming. And we're going to be doing readings today. I posted it on each of the YouTubes. And it's messages from loved ones. Please provide the name and the relation, like my grandmother, Ginny, or my grandfather, Bob, or whatever. We're getting messages for your spirit guides and angels. And if you have a question more specifically, you can ask that as well. It's not just limited. These are just some suggestions.
Just
energy readings. You can ask us about things that go bump in the night. You can, ask us about anything. And please use caps and emojis. It really does help. And just as a reminder that questions are chosen at random. Yep. Hi, Sarah. Nice to see you. Hello, Elaine. Nice to see you. JR is here. Hi, JR. And you guys, I wanted to just let everybody know that I have, let me just take this down a minute. I'm going to interrupt this originally scheduled program for a very special announcement. And I have a special guest that's going to be joining us. And I want you all to stand by and look closely at your device and to see if you recognize who this special guest is. Terri does not know who it is.
I do not. I'm
ready?
Flabbergasted.
Set. Look who it is!
Oh my gosh! How wonderful!
Oh my
everybody!
Gosh.
Hey, girl.
This is Terri Suzuki, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. She is coming to us all the way from Japan. And it must be 5 in the morning there?
Yes, it's pretty early. Pretty early.
Tell me how
my voice. I haven't woke up too much yet.
Tell me how you can look so radiant at 5 in the morning. Please, what's your secret? You look fantastic.
I think it's the light. This is really good light right now.
Great.
Well, it's great to see you, Terri. I was just telling Terri Lee backstage that we were in contact and how great you sounded.
Yeah, I've finally kind of gotten over jet lag, and it's starting to have fun over here and do things with my project. So
yeah, that's wonderful. Well, everybody misses you, and Craig Dixon is here, and he misses you most of all.
Aww.
He's like, Terri.
Oh, he's such a sweetie.
I know.
Actually, Craig, the interesting thing is Clara kind of contacted me over here.
What?
For some reason, Craig and I and Clara all have this contact a little bit. And I was in a store and suddenly she showed me something. She's like, yeah, look at that. That's going to remind you of me or something. It just, but it was cute. It was fun to just suddenly see her there.
Wow. Yeah. He's like, really? Oh
checking
my gosh.
She's just checking in. That's awesome.
Wow. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's amazing.
Maybe also though, maybe she's maybe she as an actress is having a little bit of a resurgence, because it kind of like she's popular again, like her beauty secrets and stuff. So that was kind of fun to suddenly see her and like, oh, hey, there's Craig's lady. Yeah.
And Craig is saying it happens to him all the time. She pops in and says something or shows him something. That's
Mm.
the way she
Hmm.
pops in.
So,
Yeah.
question for you then. That leads me to ask this question, if you don't mind. So, while you're over in Japan and you're visiting these sacred places and beautiful statues and gardens, oh, I wish I could go. Do you get any visitation or spiritual messages while you're over there?
Oh, a lot. Not right now, not so much, but sorry, I'm jiggling my phone here. Um, yeah, I do, especially when I was here all alone. What the first time I came to work on our house without my husband, there wasn't anybody really to speak English with, and I found that I could hear my guides really loudly, really all the time.
Yeah. Wow.
So that was super interesting. Um, this time, I think why I'm not hearing quite as many things from them also is I'm kind of listening and speaking Japanese a little bit more. It,
Mhm.
it's it's clicking a little better this time.
Mhm.
So
So that
yeah.
was my question too, is that have you been contacted by any Japanese entities or souls that have passed recently who were Japanese?
Um. Yes.
Aha.
Uh, my husband's cousin died last time I was here.
Oh.
So, 6 months ago,
Mhm.
and he's still kinda hanging around. Yeah, and
Okay.
so that's kind of fun to hear
Yeah.
from him a little bit.
Good.
Um, and he's better. You know, they kind of get a little bit better once they're over there
Mhm.
because he was a fun guy, but he was a playboy. He
Oh.
was absolutely life on the edge of edge you could live in Japan, kinda. And, you know, sometimes he wasn't as pleasant to be around, so it's interesting to find that he's improved a little bit, just a
Oh,
little bit, but
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Wow, that is
I
certainly
went,
beautiful.
uh, 2 days ago, I went to, Sendai, which
Mhm.
is a little bit up north, and I went to the Daikanon Colossus. So Daikanon is a a goddess in Japan, and she's a goddess of mercy and wisdom,
Mm.
Mm.
and they built a huge statue to her, so it's called the Colossus, and you can see her for miles, because it's so huge, and so I went to visit her, and you can go in these and go, like, to the very top floor and
Oh.
look at something, but what's interesting about her as a goddess is that she has 33 expressions of herself.
Mm.
So
Man.
33 different expressions of wisdom and mercy. And so people often associate her with pets as well.
Oh.
So there's actually near her statue a lot in the vicinity. There's a lot of like pet cemeteries and stuff. So
Oh.
people can dedicate little plaques to their pets and stuff. So that was fun to go see that.
Yeah. How
Well,
exciting.
Yeah, I
that
wish
is
I
really
wish I'd
beautiful.
send a picture of that real quick so you could see what it looks like. Because right now the cherry blossoms and all the flowers are really, 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 really out there. It's
Ah.
um, really pretty. Yeah.
Well, I do have the picture that you put up on the social media. If you want, I can share that of
Yeah,
the,
on
yeah.
yeah, on Facebook. Didn't
This is the way it's going to come up, you guys.
Nice. Oh, that's so amazing and beautiful. I love it.
Oh, here.
So she holds a gem of wisdom, and she has a vase in her hand that pours out mercy. So
Wow.
can you imagine that? There's a lot of apartment buildings around there. Can you imagine her peeking in your window?
And these are the treetops. She's so much taller than the treetops.
Yeah.
And let me
Right.
just show this image. This is an image of the inside of her where you would go up to the steps. Oh my gosh, you didn't go up all those steps, did you?
No. This one fortunately has a cheater. You can take the elevator to the top.
Oh,
Thank goodness.
Yeah. And so inside there's 108 Buddhas. And so you can stop on certain floors and look at the Buddhas. So they're kind of fun to look at too.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh, I have to go. I have to go to Japan, and I might have to hire you, Terri, to be my guide.
Oh, well, what's also fun about it is because we're down closer to Tokyo, and my husband did this just for me because I love a road trip, especially a road trip in Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Because all the rest stops in Japan are much different than the rest stops in America.
I hope so.
In their rest stops, you can buy some gas, but there's restaurants and little stores, and often farmers markets and artists markets. So if they have a local craft or something that is part of them, then they will have the artists there and selling their products or stuff. So it's really, really fun to go see what's there and what they're selling. I mean, one time I didn't buy them, of course, but there was a bug market. You could buy yourself a pet beetle, a really big beetle.
Don't they eat them over there?
No.
I would love to buy some crickets. I love the sound of crickets, so that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So all sorts of different things you can buy. It's just fun to see all the different things that they have and what food products they raise or something. So
that's wonderful that you're able to get some work done, get some sightseeing done, spend some time with the family. It's a beautiful time. Yeah.
Well, I just want to let everybody know that I finally put up every Tuesday. I'm going to put up Terry's Tales while I'm gone, so you can go see Terry's Tales. And then I'm going to try to do a few little shorts and lives. You know, what I do often over here is do like walks, like walk with me to.
I love that.
Yeah, even the corner bakery, and it's like fascinating because it's all different.
I love the corner Mogami's. It's Mogami's, and it's the best bakery around. And I don't know if they will let me bring my camera in ever, but oh my
There's
God.
a certain way you have to do things, right? Everything's a certain way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's just amazing. Craig said, come to think of it, Terri, I saw a YouTube video with Clara's Hollywood diet to maintain her weight. She kept a slim 115 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And Diane G says, Sakura, is that the goddess? Is she similar to Sakura? Or I don't know what Sakura means.
She's a goddess, and I don't know the goddess Sakura, but you know what? I do remember when I was researching, like, who is this goddess? I think Diane G's right. I think her other name is Sakura. The reason I was researching is she kind of oddly looks like Queen, your favorite,
Kuan Yin.
Kuan Yin, a little bit, just a little bit, but doesn't seem like she's part of them. Oh, look who's visiting me.
We can't see. We can see a bike. You have to push it down a little bit more.
Uh-oh. Ah.
Well, I can't do it.
We
Well,
didn't see it.
There's a little cat. Sorry,
Oh,
he's peeking. He's peeking in my window. It's a stray cat that his mother has tamed, and it's got a little mustache, and so she calls him Mochan.
Aw.
aw.
You know, they say cats are spiritual, right? And that they come around when you're tuned into that higher vibration or that altered sense state of consciousness. And I think
Mm.
that this cat could sense that. Everybody's animals all come around them and jump on their lap and stuff, and they
Oh.
know when it's time.
Mhm.
Look, and Alice L is saying hello. Sounds like Eugene, Terri Lee, and Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Hi,
Yay.
Alice.
Hi, Al.
Thanks for stopping by.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so S. Steele said it made her feel better just looking at her statue, calmer and more grounded for sure. Wow.
Good, because that's what she's all about. And the other reason it was fun to go there and see her is because Japanese goddesses are pretty rare. This is a pretty male-dominated culture, so it was really, really nice to see her and to find out about her. And I love the 33 expressions of her were really cool.
That's
Some
great.
looked like she was on vacation. Some looked like she was looking. There's a couple that looked like she was staring right into your soul,
Oh.
and all of them. She's standing on a lotus flower, and lotus flowers. I only learned that this time is whenever you're seeing a Buddha on a lotus flower or holding a lotus flower, it's awakening. They're awakening.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
beautiful. Maybe we can do a deep dive on that goddess when we come back.
Oh yeah, let's do that. That's pretty cool.
That'll raise
Yeah.
your vibration.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Just looking
Yeah.
at the statue makes you feel better. Can you imagine if we do a deep dive?
Yeah. That would be so cool. Well, I better go. I am also trying not to wake up the entire household, but because sound really carries these very tiny Japanese houses. So
Paper walls, we know.
yes. Yes.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Terri. It was a wonderful surprise. You're amazing.
Oh, you're welcome, and everybody have a great time, and I hope you get some really good questions, and probably, soon I'll be up to actually answering some questions. So
Well, so look forward to being with you again, dear. Happy trails.
thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for coming.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Sweet. What a cool surprise. Well done, Jane.
Thank you. It was a surprise. It was a special guest. And Terri, I'll have Terri send you a comment below. So when she watches this back, I'll say, Terri, are you familiar with the Orishama Toro story in Japan? I'm sure she is, but I'll let her respond to you in the comments below. See, Diane enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by. And hi to Kitty Cat. And see you later, Terri. Bye. That's so cute. You guys are cute. And Elaine, bye, Terri. Take care. It's
Aw.
amazing, isn't it? I said, you know what? I threw you on the email. I said, if you can come in and just say hello, that's fine. I said, but I know it's really early. And
Oh, yeah. Wow. She did it.
she is so inspiring. I tell you, there is
She is.
nothing that ruffles that lady's feathers. All right. So let me just tell you, I have Craig, Sarah, Elaine, JR, Brandon, Lacey, Wiki, S. Steele, and Nancy Ray. If I didn't call your name, you can put your question in again. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm just going to choose randomly here. And the first one I have is Lacey Gray. And she says, Does anyone on my spirit team have any guidance or messages for me that I need to hear at this time? Okay, good.
All right, let's see.
So you're calling in all the guards. So Lacey, they just want you to know that how can I put this? They're asking you to persevere. They're asking you to compartmentalize. They're asking you to what's that serenity prayer? Make the changes I can make, and I'll have to look that up, serenity prayer, because it's important. They want me to say it. Here it is. So let me read it to you. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And they are sending me mega chills here, letting me know spot on. This is what they wanted you to know. This is exactly what they wanted to share. And I'm going to paste it in the chat so that everybody can get a good dose of it. And but they want you to not worry, to try and persevere, compartmentalize, do what you can, where you can, and then move forward. There's not a right or a wrong, if that makes any sense. So they're saying, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. And this is the main thing that they want to say to you today, Miss Lacey. And almost like they know what challenges that humanity is going through, but they're letting us know to hang on. What do you have there, Miss Terri?
That's interesting. Okay. Lacey, I tuned in to your energy and the guides immediately swooped in. But what they showed me were clouds. They showed me just this blue sky with these clouds drifting above. And then when I began to ask them, well, what does that mean? They went into saying, and I'll let them come through. You, as a soul on this planet, dream things into being. We call things into being. This is purely spiritual power and has nothing to do with the events of man that are happening at this time. This is a pure and innocent and beautiful way to call about the things you wish to see on this planet in your lifetime, with your family, with your friends. This is the time to be like the rushing stream that flows around the stones, the great stones that aren't moved, but the stream moves on and it moves around and through and on to the ocean, which is its destiny. That's what they want you to know, that this is a beautiful, free, and very powerful thing. It's like they're showing me a key. And they're showing me an old-fashioned key, as a matter of fact, going into a lock, saying, this is the key that unlocks the joy, the love, the power, the ability to be free in times like this. This will help your spiritual growth to multiply in so many ways that you haven't even explored yet. Know that there is so much for you, and we encourage you to play. Well, I hope
That was
did.
beautiful. Really, really, very, very beautiful. And Terri, we're going to put you on, and that is just beautiful, getting that direct message from spirit guides to Lacey. That was really profound. I'm going to keep you with your eyes closed one day, and we're just going to keep asking you questions with a microphone.
Never tried that before, but I guess I better bone up.
That is so beautiful.
It
So
always
beautiful.
surprises me sometimes as it's coming through. I'm like, oh, yeah.
I know. That's
That's a
great.
good message for me, too. I'll take it.
So I don't know if Lacey's still here. She didn't say anything, and I apologize. You know me, everybody. I'm always very particular, and oh, she is here. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did that resonate with you at all, Lacey?
We hope it did.
I don't, she may have missed the beginning. She may have missed the beginning. I don't know. I didn't see anything before. Just let us, yeah, we just did a reading for you, both of us. So go ahead and listen to it back and let us know. That's all right, Lacey. Thanks for letting me know. She said she had to step away. So and Sarah's next. And after Sarah is Elaine. And Sarah said hello. And and Elaine said hi. Okay, good. And then I'll give you guys the next two. Hey, look, Scott, Scorpio, Sun, Tarot.
Hi, Scott. So nice to see you.
Scott,
Nice
did
to
you
have with
see Suzuki came to see us from Japan? She just popped in earlier. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning. So cute. Thanks for stopping by, VIP Scott, Scorpio. Please go over and check them out if anybody hasn't checked out Scott. If you want a big dose of love and a gentle hug, that's what it feels like to get a reading from Scott. All right. All right. Sarah says, hello, ladies. Any messages from my spirit guides? I feel a new transition coming. All right, Sarah. Sarah, they want you to be kind to yourself. I feel like you are sort of exacerbated. I guess that's like frustrated or at your wit's end, on your last nerve, like at this, you know, if one more straw in the camel's back, you think you're just going to blow. I feel like you're at, I don't know if that's the transition you're talking about, but they want you to work on soothing and calming your energy. And they say faster and more intense does not get you there any quicker. And they're saying that the more you can relax and work in a controlled effort and a controlled momentum, then it'll be an easier transition. There's not a transition of reality. I feel like it's a transition of energy. Identity, they're telling me. There's a transition of identity for you. So you're either going to change jobs or you're going to move and almost have the ability to reinvent yourself. Either that, or if there is a situation that was bothering you and it made you one way, I believe this situation will be no longer a challenge for you. So you can transition your identity to one that's in your highest good. I feel like it's more of an identity. Let me just get one. There's a little bit more here.
Mhm.
They want you to be in the driver's seat. They want you to work on balancing your own energetic field, your chakra, and your auric field, and your thought process. Um, they just want you to, like, they're limited as to how much they can interact with us in this 3D physical realm. So they are requiring you to take care of yourself and to slow it down and to do things that are a little more soothing, calming, relaxing. Get a mani-pedi, get a massage, go to a floating device thing, go to a salt room, go for a walk or a hike outside. There's many different things that we can do to help to calm and soothe our spirit. And they said that it'll be an opening for you, but the opening won't occur while you're at this heightened state, higher, and it's like it's your emotions are heightened, and they need your emotions to be more regulated, more relaxed, in order for this to transpire. So I hope that makes sense to you, Miss Sarah. Go ahead, Terri Lee.
Okay. Sarah, I hope you're out there and that you can help me out with this, because the first thing I saw, have you seen any UFOs or UAPs lately? Because that's the first thing I saw. I don't know what that means, but it came down and there was a beam of light. Let me know if you've seen one or what that connection is. I'll move on. That when I tuned into your energy, my guides give me something sometimes that it looks like static, like in the old days when you used to turn the TV on and there was that and it was all staticky. That's the energy that I'm seeing and feeling, and it's very much like what Jean is describing. It's a high level of energy without any focus. It's focused on too many things, and the guides are asking you to. They're saying just breathe. Just breathe. Now, they gave me some other things that I wrote down. Okay. They asked me to share with you. There's some kind of a decision, and you can let me know in the live if you resonate with this, but some kind of decision or decisions that you made in your life in the past. They want you to revisit those decisions that you made and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself like you would, a small child who made a mistake. Love yourself. Let that be a healing step forward for you. Just really feeling like there's some things that you could really revisit and grant yourself some beautiful love and forgiveness for your own soul and your journey. I'm going to tune in real quick and see. Okay, so we we're acknowledging the transition. We're honoring the transition. This is both a physical and a spiritual healing that you are experiencing right now. So we encourage you to search for calmness, to find peace, to find resolution. We encourage you to understand the journey of your soul and the lifetimes that you have experienced. We encourage you to recuperate, to restore, to take time to get away from the busyness of your thoughts, your mind, the world, and get to a point where you can hear us, because we are speaking to you. We will speak to you in signs. We are going to speak to you in ways that you cannot ignore. So when you slow down with us coming to you and through you, you will get the signs and the message sooner. This is meditation. We hold our hands out to you and we offer our guidance as you walk this path. So it is. Okay. Oh. Whew.
Wonderful, Terri.
Yeah. Just big hands.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. And Sarah says, where is it? She said her electric car sounds like a UFO.
Oh, there you go.
And people probably say that about her all the time, and that's where you get picking up the UFO information.
That's interesting. But I would also keep my eyes open. They said they're going to give you signs. Just look for them. They'll be all around you. That may be one of them. Exciting.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Sarah. We appreciate you being here and asking your question. And Eileen is here, and she said, yes, she's here.
Oh.
And after Eileen is Wiki is after Eileen. And then after Wiki is Brandon. So just say hello. I see Wiki said hello. Okay.
Yeah.
So Elaine says, maybe a message from my mom, Donna. I miss her terribly. Aw. You know that Frankie Valli, was it Frankie Valli or that Richie Valens song, Oh Donna, is what she's reminding me of. Was she like, I mean, I'm sure she was a product of the 50s, or I assume, or she liked that song, but they're just showing me that Richie Valens song, Oh Donna, back in the 50s, I guess. She was a really special lady. She had, she showed me she really loved taking care of the family and having a home, entertaining friends, going on trips. Like she really lived life to the fullest, is what she's telling me. Does this sound familiar, Miss Elaine? Does this sound like your mom? That she was almost like she could do it all. Yes. Okay, good. So I just want to make sure I'm on the right track, because this is who's coming through, a woman. And so she really did enjoy taking care of the family, and she really did make the most of it and was very productive. Like the more productive, she was quite organized. I see her at the calendar. I see her making notes, and I see her calling friends. She was social. She was a happy person. And she was sort of laid back. She would set her expectations, and as long as you were within those expectations, everything was well around Mom Donna. And she was really very sweet, very kind. All of her friends loved her. I feel like she did something later in life. She may have taken up like a part-time job or a very detailed hobby, or she's telling me that even though she ran a house like nobody else, that she did something for somebody. She was an assistant, or she took care of somebody. I don't know who it was. But she's saying that she was not only resourceful at home and with her friends and traveling, but she also she did it all, in other words. But she had a very sweet disposition and a very happy, positive individual, and she was not very she would kind of like go with the flow, like, sure, that sounds good. Like, she wasn't very regimented, or I mean, she was organized, but she was very agreeable too. She was really sweet. I feel like, did she like makeup counters or something? Did she like to go to the makeup counters or perfume counters? They're just showing me something around this, and maybe somebody in the family, or she really liked that kind of vibe. But she did something part-time. I don't know. She took care of mom and dad for a bit. She was all about family. She was a very strong woman. Yeah. 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 She loved it. She loved it. She loved it. And it was so her message to you, Elaine. She said, don't measure. It's it was a different day and time back when I was you know, in my day. And she's saying, try not to measure yourself against others, especially her. Um, she said, do the best you can. And she's saying that she taught you right. And as long as you try your best, that's enough. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She said, don't put so much pressure on yourself. She said, you're hard on yourself. You have very high expectations. She said, give yourself some grace. How beautiful is that? And you, Terry Lee?
Well, I have to thank you, Elaine, for this opportunity to read for you. I have an aunt who's passed. Her name's Donna. Very, very close to her. And what was interesting for me is as I tuned in, I started to feel my aunt there. And I'm like, no, I'm like trying to say, oh, hello. But I'm reaching this Donna. And what was so funny was she laughed and then she reached out and brought in your Donna, which I thought was beautiful. And then she just faded away. What I began to get from her is that she's saying witty and wise. I was wise, but I was also witty. I could give you information that was very deep and fulfilling and guiding, but at the same time, I could whip a little laughter or a little joke or a little fun in there. Let me know if I'm in the right place. She does same as Jean, entertaining, social. I'm feeling she had a real curiosity about things, and which made her such a beautiful person to know, because she entertained lots of ideas of things that, were beyond just the basic, hey, let's have some tea and talk about, your husband. It feels like she really had some conversations that were, that helped illuminate for people. I'm asking her what, okay, she's smiling. Beautiful smile, beautiful energy, lots of love. She's showing me all this love that's showering on you, and you're surrounded by it. Don't think that I don't pay attention to what's going on down there. And she says she's your biggest cheerleader. And she wants you to know there's no judgment. Don't judge yourself and don't judge others, because it's an illusion. There is no judgment, only joy and only love. Ooh, got chills on that last part. Ah, what a delightful soul.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow.
she said, definitely. Oh, yes.
Oh,
And
good.
she said, oh, I'm crying. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful soul.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yep. And she took care of mom and dad for a bit.
Mhm.
Wow. What a beautiful, lovely woman. And how, she rolled with the punches. She didn't really get too upset about too many things. She was just very,
Very wise.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she says, thank you so much, beautiful ladies. You're welcome, Elaine. She has a little fairy next to her name. That's so cute. And I
Wow.
think it's a little fairy on a flower in her icon there too.
Love it. Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. All right. Let me just take that down. And I said after Elaine was Wiki, and after Wiki is Brandon. Is that what I said? You guys check me. It's in there somewhere. I put it in there so I don't forget. Now I can't find it. Brandon is after Wiki. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, Wiki
Love that.
says,
Bring it back. Yeah. Okay.
does specific wording matter when talking with your spirit guide? See readers focus on wording the questions. I see readers focus on the wording. Yeah, the questions, especially I think for me, if you don't mind me saying, I'll just tell you my opinion. I'm very question driven. So if you ask me, is there anything for me? I'm going to say to them, is there anything, it's word for word, and it's and what you specifically put in there is what specifically you'll get back. Or is specifically the question that'll be asked. So I think it is really important. And thank you for bringing that up, Wiki. Now, if you say, am I going to be okay? Like, I know that means will the outcome benefit all involved? Like there's like, as long as you get the inference, but sometimes the way you word it, it does make a difference. And I'm very, like I said, I'm very question driven because I'm open and I'm not going to think. And whatever I read, I'm going to ask. So if you have something else in there that you wanted to know, it's not going to come through. What you ask is what's going to come through. So if you really wanted to know if your house was going to sell and you say, does my spirit guide have anything to tell me? They're not going to say anything about your house. They're going to tell you about your spiritual journey or something about, your evolution or your soul's growth, but you never know. But if you ask if my house is going to sell, then I can ask that, So it's important to be specific in that way. But the wording, I say not all the time, not so rigid, but sometimes if you say things casually or it does have a different flavor to it. How about you, Terri Lee?
Well, this is a perfect example of how we're so unique as souls because I'm totally opposite. But Jean and I both get answers and communicate with the guides. But yeah, I don't really, to me, it's not, and they've told me that now, and this is for me, it's not a magic formula, Terri, that if you get something wrong, that we're not going to be there for you. They will bring it about in conversations with me or show me visually, or, I'll hear the correction that they may or may not make. Now, I do, when I read the tarot for people or when I use the pendulum, specific questions really matter. You have to specify if you're using a tool and even a crystal. If you're holding a crystal and you want to know something, that is a specific communication. But your guides, it's almost like we deal with children, and they're so loving and careful, but they know you better than you know yourself because they know your true soul. So you can speak to them. I speak offhand all the time to them. Like, what was that? Or thanks. Are you trying to tell me something? Do I need to go? And I get really familiar with them. Of course, I don't do that in public, but I do it inside my head or in my heart when I need to go, should I have taken that left? Do I need to take another turn and go back? you know, so it just comes off with me sometimes and it's not specific, but they're always there and they're always loving and they will show you the way. It does help, like in this instance, specifically when we're reading for you. And that's a kind of a different thing because we're needing to be a vessel that, you know, just comes through with the information. And that's very much what Jean is talking about. And so it does matter. And we do request certain things to help us speed things up because we're doing these little mini readings, you know. But that's kind of how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Wiki said, is it different if you're reading for someone else or just yourself?
Interesting.
If you're reading like a card reading, and I know that a lot of the card readers, they say, what is the outcome for, you know, Lady Diana or whoever, or Princess Diana or, you know, Prince William. And they'll say, what is he going to do about the coronation? Well, they'll say, what is, and then they'll rephrase it. It's the phrasing and what you're asking, where you're pointing, I think can get a more accurate answer if you're more specific. And it also can get a more accurate answer if you're a little more vague, like how's he going to be in the next 6 months? And that'll tell you a lot more. So they know how to craft their questions in order to have the outcome of the cards, knowing what the answer they're looking for in the cards. And I think that's a little more specific. And the cards also have different spreads that you can make. I saw somebody do a zodiac spread. No, the houses, the 12 houses. And I thought that was brilliant. But and they can require specificity. I know I love to do energy readings. I love to do open you know, spirit guide messages because you never know what's going to come through. But if you're hoping that the spirit guide is going to tell you if your house is going to sell, that's not what's going to come through. So, I mean, you know, so if you have a specific question, ask this specific question. If you want some guidance, then ask for some guidance. And that's where I hope that helps you, Wiki.
Yeah, I think that helps define it a little bit better. But know this, and even with me and the cards, I'm not really a tarot card reader. I'm a medium who uses the cards as a tool, right? So, you know, those that are practiced with tarot, I mean, it's an amazing, complicated. It's like astrology. It's very complicated, and you need to really practice it. But understand this, that we are given so many tools to give us messages. And if you ask a guide a question, is my house going to sell? I love it. Is my house going to sell? Or, and you don't quite get a definitive answer, say, well, I'll keep listening and watch for something else to pop out. And that's where things can come through other tools, you know, and mediums. And sometimes just even strangers can say something that will convey, and you'll be like, oh, okay. So there you go. They're there for you. I guess that's the word. Great question. Thank you. I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I really stink at reading for my own self. I always use the pendulum for most of my personal, sometimes I'll do a spread. Thank you very much, Wiki. You're so very generous. You didn't have to do that.
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you very much for your
How nice.
generous gift.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You are good with the pendulum, I might add. Jean is very good with that pendulum.
I trust it. That's why I trust it emphatically. I've been using it for 25 years. I use it everywhere, all the time, in my car, at the dinner table, you know, while I'm traveling. I do.
Should I have the fish, or should I have? Also, another thing, just to throw in, everybody, double, triple, quadruple. You know, sometimes if you might throw 3 or 4 cards and say, is this the message I'm supposed to be getting? Then move over to a crystal, or as Jean has, the pendulum. Double check yourself, because you want to get that message and it will come through.
Yeah, validate. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So next is Brandon, and Brandon says, I've been receiving signs and signals from spirit a lot lately. What messages are they trying to get across? Thanks in
All right.
advance.
That goes very well after the previous question. Hmm.
Hmm.
It's Brandon.
So, first of all, Brandon, I want to tell you something just from me, from myself, instead of the spirit guides, is the fact that you've been receiving signs and signals is a way of them letting you know that they are there and contacting you. It's almost like they want you to know that they're there, and they want you to know that they're communicating with you. It doesn't always mean something, but we're going to tune in and see. And I feel like maybe for you it might be a little bit more, but it's not always what. It's just acknowledging, yes, I see you. Yes, thank you for the messages. Yes, I see the feather. Thank you for all those green lights. I appreciate you knocking on my wall at night. Please stop knocking on my wall at night. Whatever it is, I see you. I appreciate you, and I hear you. Like validate and appreciate and give them, show them gratitude for coming through. They want you to be aware that you are not here alone in this world, that you are being guided, and there are many beings that love you on the other side. And it's spirit guides, angels, and loved ones. They're telling me pets for you too. And that they want you to walk into more of your spiritual abilities and to use them more often, and they're more accessible to us now. There's almost been something that has been lifted that enables us to connect to the higher realms, the spiritual vibrations that are, and also Terry Lee, you taught me this. The spirit guide realm is coming closer to us as we are getting closer to them. So we're meeting closer. There's more of a opportunity to connect. And I'm going to leave it there and let Terry Lee jump in, because I am trying to. I'll see if there's anything else, and I'll pop in if there is. Are you ready, Terry?
Yes. Well, Brandon, when I tune into your energy, I'm just getting pops of light. It's really kind of interesting. There's sometimes they show me like lightning flashes, and that means high energy, but this is not. This is not that. This is like just a soft pop here and a pop there, different colors, different things. It feels very comfortable to me. Your energy feels very comfortable to me, observant. Okay, now the guides are coming in and showing me this green that they give me for spiritual growth. I don't know if I keep getting the word light coming into my ears. Like, are you seeing lights or orbs? Do you feel light around you? Um, you are able to feel. I'm getting the sense that you are able to feel energies around you, like I want to say like entities or beings. You're starting to get this. This is um, a gift. They're saying you have many, many gifts, and as they unfold, as you open each one, I just got chills on that. As you open each gift that we are presenting to you, you will grow. Your understanding will grow, and it will be more of your everyday life, more normal to you to live in this reality, in this uh, these activities and signs and understanding. You'll be more comfortable with that than you will remember being before you open the gifts. Open the gifts. They want you to open the gifts, and they're showing me like presents, like Christmas. It's so cute. It's giving me chills. Open the gifts, and some are for pleasure, some are for vision, some are for spiritual growth. Some of the gifts are meant to be shared with others. Be thankful for every little thing, and your journey will be filled with joy. Woo-hoo, wow. Woo! Okay, the light. Oh my goodness. There it is. Oh,
Mhm.
they're
He
good,
says,
aren't they?
yes, I was walking past a light pole, hadn't been working for weeks, and as I passed it, it flashed at me 4 times rapid succession.
There
The
you go.
4 times really stuck out for me, so when I looked up what meant 4 spiritually, it meant completeness and stability. Wow.
Wow. There it is. Yeah, I have it actually written down here, light. I don't know if you can see it, but it says light. That was the first thing um, that I wrote down. That's amazing. Isn't this fun? Wow.
It
Well,
it it is, it really is, and it's just to show you that you never know the different ways that they're gonna come in and communicate with us, and it's really important to keep your mind open and to be give them the benefit of the doubt. If you say, "Well, that light's been out, it's probably just flickering," then you won't get the messages, but if you say, "I hear you loud and clear, spirit guides, please come through again, show me and validate this again.
yeah,
Thank you very much for coming through," then they know you're open. Give
gratitude.
them the benefit of the doubt. It doesn't hurt. And it really does leave you more open than when we have doubt, they can't interfere with our free will. So if we choose doubt, they're going to not be able to come through as much as we choose belief. I believe that's you. I believe that was a sign from my spirit guides and angels. Thank you. And even if it wasn't a spirit, it opens you up and it lets them know that you want to receive.
Perfect. And can I give a quick example?
Yeah.
I've always heard people talking about numbers 111, 333, 444. And I always thought, wow, that's really cool. I've never experienced that. And then I was with another medium recently, and I was explaining all of a sudden it happens all the time now, all the time. And it's not like I'm looking at the phone to see, what time is it? It's like, I've got to get this in the oven. Oh, 11:11. Thank you very much. And so I asked her, I said, can you tell me who's behind this? And she goes, why? Why do you want to know? And I'm like, you're right. I always just say thank you to the universe every time it comes through, and it gives me such joy and all lets me know I'm surrounded by love and light. But I loved her answer. I was like, oh yeah, you're right. Why do I need to know? Just receive it and be joyful and grateful for it. There's great
Mhm.
gratitude is a huge power, people. It really, really is. Yeah.
Mhm. At our last one of a previous show, somebody asked a question from their spirit guides, and they said to employ gratitude. And I never heard it because you would need to employ gratitude in order to change your vibration and frequency, in
Yes.
order to change your outcome, in order to change your reality. And I
Hmm.
thought, I've never had that. I never heard that term before. And this is when you know it comes from spirit, because I it doesn't sound logical to me, but now that that they said it, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Beautiful. Well, that was a
Well,
real honor to read for you, Brandon. That was fun.
that was lots of fun. And he says, I believe that. Thanks again.
Ah, good.
Oh, he says, it's amazing. Thank you for the confirmation. You're very
Namaste.
welcome. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to be with Terri Renner from Holding Your Space tomorrow. We're doing a pranic healing for ascension class. I'm so excited. It's tomorrow, and I'm not sure. You can contact Terri on her contact page if you're interested, but I think we're all set and ready to go. So I'm really excited about that. And then on Sunday, I have a psychic fair coming up on Sunday. It's all day and it's in Frederick, Maryland, and I have that on my community page, as well as the pranic class, pranic healing class tomorrow. I have that on my community page too, if anybody's interested. And I just started offering memberships this week. So if anybody's interested in a membership, you can see below this on the SunPsychic Gene page on this video, it says join. Now you won't join if you hit join. You can just go in there and look around and see what it looks like and see what I'm offering. You can go in there and check it out. So when you hit join, you can look around and you can say, yeah, it's for me, or nah, it's not for me. And then go on with your business. I just want you to look and tell me if I have any typos in there. This is my first time I did it. I'll make sure everything is working right. Make sure everything looks right and you guys can understand it. But I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to getting into a more intimate crowd and a little bit more privacy, and we can talk and a little bit more in length. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm going to be taking suggestions, seeing what the members want, seeing what's most important to them. And look at this, Diane G. She reads
Oh,
Diane. You're psychic. You were reading my mind. And
thank you,
Terri, if anybody is looking for a private reading from the very best, Miss Terri Lee's Pure Visionary, this is her link right here. Diane put it in the chat. Thank you very much. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And then she jumped over and she said, here is SunPsychic Gene's channel also. And if anybody's looking for a private reading, you can just go to my website, sunpsychicgene.com, and you can peek around in there and let me know if I have any typos. I'm serious, you guys. I'm a one-person team. So you'll be like, oh, look, I spelled intuitive wrong, so you got to check me. I should say you get a discount if you find a typo. So what do you have coming up, Miss Terri Lee?
Well, my Australian friends would call it a walkabout.
Oh,
I'm going to go missing for a little while. I find that some of the most powerful messages and channelings I get, I do channeled writings as well, are when I'm not seeking, I'm just receiving. So traveling, being in nature, being in the woods, adventures in the woods, walking my dogs, where my mind is just so open and so at peace is when I get my very powerful messages. So we did have a loss in my husband's family. And so everything kind of got hushed. And he needs to get away and really feed his soul as well. So I'm going to be disappearing for a little while. I will be posting on my what do they call it now? Posts. So if you go to my channel, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium, and look at posts, I will be posting pictures, messages, and anytime the guides tell me it's time to do a show with private readings, I'll be doing that. I think we have a wisdom circle coming up pretty soon for the month of May. So I'll be around, but I'm really excited that have you ever had that feeling where you just get that excitement, like something really big is coming and you need to just pay attention? So that's what I'm going to do.
Wonderful. That sounds beautiful. What a perfect example of how to take care of ourselves, right, everybody? Take the time you need, connect with nature, and your problems will be there when you get back.
Or, if you're open, the answers may come in. You just be in that reception mode. I'm here to receive, and just let the guides bring it into you. Let your angels and guides, just really speak to your heart and soul for your own growth.
Everybody is sending their condolences for your family, Miss Terri Lee.
Thank you, my dears. Thank you.
All right, everybody. That will do it for today. Again, have a wonderful weekend. Have a happy Friday. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And thanks for spending time together with us. Bye-bye.
Namaste, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.